Mental Training 101. And now back to Get Warrior Tough with Andrew and Dutch.
All right, we're back at it. Use the hashtag Get Warrior Tough on the Twitter. Dutch is at the Dutch Coleman. I'm at Warrior Tough PhD. Go to the website www.getwarriortough.com. Getwarriortough.com. All right, so Dutch just texted me and said we could do this in 2 shows. It's right, man. We could totally do 2 shows. I agree with you on that, man. Because we haven't even gotten to the meat of this thing, and we may do more. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I think we could. There's so much more meat with this, and I think this is one of those to be continued to next week type deals, because there's so much, and I think this is so important. That people don't have to sacrifice happiness. We think about sacrifice, and that's such a negative word. Like we use it as we always say, words can be defined, but we can redefine words. I do it all the time. I redefine words like selfish. People, such a negative word. I say we all ought to be selfish. We are, and so sacrifice means like you have to give something up, like you have to take something away. And a lot of times, people sacrifice happiness to be successful. And we're letting you know today that you don't have to do that. You don't have to sacrifice happiness to be successful. Now, you may have to sacrifice some things. You may have to sacrifice some good things. But a lot of times you sacrifice some good things, it's because you're replacing them with better things. You're not sacrificing good things with worse things so you can be successful. That's not a great formula, because it's going to get you on the back end, and you may not even live long enough to enjoy the success, or it may not be sustainable. There are no legacy involved. You lose all your relationships. So yeah, you sacrifice all those things, and that's what you end up with. So we're telling you that you don't have to sacrifice good things unless you're sacrificing good things for better things. That's sacrifice to me.
Well, and I want to pick up on that, because a lot of people, and Dutch, we've been doing this a long time, and this is one of the observations. It's a professional observation, that it's so rare that someone would ever sacrifice, as you say, or give up something good in order to go for something great. And this is why most people aren't successful. And the ones that are without happiness, it's because they did the same thing. They're hanging on to something, but they won't go for the great. They might hang on to something. They say, this is good enough. And you're talking about legacy. Man, if you hate your job, you don't like, you're disengaged, and you're not, 7 out of 10 of you, just according to the numbers, you're disengaged. You're unhappy at work. You don't like the job. You might like the lifestyle that it provides, but it doesn't provide significance or fulfillment or achievement or happiness. And certainly if you don't like it, what's the legacy that you're leaving? Well, so you've got no shot. And so that's why, I know people that you would look at them and say they're successful because they have, done really well in business, but they're not happy. Their achievements they're somewhat tangible, but they're not significant, and it's not something they want to pass down because they don't like what they do.
Mm-hmm. And I got to preface the last few statements we made with this. Even not liking your job is a relative term, because if you hadn't gone through CO of you, and you hadn't gone through the steps that we put you through, the questions that we ask you, maybe you do like your job. Maybe you're defining it incorrectly. Maybe you're looking at it the wrong way. Maybe you haven't explored how it can be used towards things like your legacy. So you guys got work to do. You guys need to reach out and contact us at getwarriortough.com, because we can take you and we can help you go through this assessment. We can take you through CO of you, and we can have you kind of grade and discover and assess your whole situation and see what's really going on, because you may be the problem. You may not be maximizing your potential. You may not be maximizing your situation, your resources, and all these things, because you may be in a wonderful situation, but you don't even realize it because you hadn't been looking at it the right way. So again, I encourage everyone to reach out to us, and we can help you get through that, because we don't want you to throw away a great opportunity because you're looking at it as stress, and you're even defining stress incorrectly.
Right.
And that you're the problem. You're in your own way of all kind of great things that could be happening where you are.
And what would happen if they go somewhere else, Dutch, and they take that with them?
You're
same
going
thing.
with you.
Right.
You're going right with you.
You're going to the next job. So you're right. And that's really and that's funny that you brought that, back all the way around, because that's the whole key of what we do. That's what CEO of You is that you control everything that you can control, which is the internals. And that's your mind running the boardroom, not your emotions. And that's just what we talked about, how we look to see all the great things that are around us, and we use our brain. We rewire our brain to see all the great stuff and all the opportunities instead of complaining about and seeing all the junk that we don't like. And, it's just, it really is ground zero leadership, which is that's our whole shtick, ground zero leadership, CEO of You. I mean, if you don't want to, go through the course, grab the book. Get the seminars up there. You could buy the audio downloads and the workbook if you don't want to be in a live one. But life is too short to just keep staying on the rat wheel, man.
Absolutely, and you can find out that your whole perception of everything was so wrong. The boss that you don't like can become your biggest ally. It can become your trampoline into exactly what you want when you learn how to work with people, how to better work with people, how to work in difficult situations with difficult people. When you begin to master these techniques that we have, and then you realize that all these people end up being your friends, end up being your allies, end up being your resources, end up being your what do you call it? The people that are speaking for you, your voice, the people that are going out ahead of you.
Your advocates, yeah.
Your advocates, absolutely. Thank you for that. It's like but you can't get that until you come see us. And so we don't want you to leave your situation, come see us, and then realize that you were in the right place where you needed to be, but you just didn't know how to manage those people, and you didn't know how to manage yourself first. So as quickly as possible, reach out to us. Go get the book. I encourage real life seminars, the real life training, whether it's through your organization. Encourage your organization to sign us up. Whatever different groups you're part of, encourage them to sign us up so you can get the training through them. But you need this training because it is a game changer. It's a life changer. It's a generation changer, because we're talking about things that's going to affect the next generation and the next generation after that.
Yeah, it's funny that you said I had a guy reach out to me on LinkedIn. It was like a couple weeks ago. There's this big long in-mail message, and he was like, I'm high up in my position. So he's at the executive level. I made it really fast. I'm super successful, but I absolutely hate what I do. I hate who I do it with. I hate who I do it for. So, and I got a wife and 2 kids, and I'm just, I don't know who I am, or, because he responded to an article about who are you that was in the Business Insider, right? So I don't know who I am. So I quit. We're moving across the country to go be where my wife's family is. We have no jobs or whatever, and I'm going. I'm like, but what do you think I should do? I was like, whoa, man, whoa. Like, stop everything. Go through CEO of You first. Take the 6 hours, get the seminar, do the 6 hours with the workbook, sit down, go through it, figure out who you are, what it is that you want in life, what is it that you do want to pursue. And he was like, yeah, well, thanks, man. That's $99. So I'm not, I think you're just trying to, I'm like, you emailed me, dude.
Well, the sad part is that he was ready to go from having everything he said, he did a good job, all the executive, all that, to being broke and leaving and not having a job, which means not having an income, and all that was stopping him was spending $99.
Yeah, and he was just about this. Yeah, I'm not going to. I was like, are you kidding me, man? You know what? That's why we have $99 on there, because you wouldn't do the work if I gave it to you.
The sad part is, and I'm assuming executive level, he was making maybe thousands a week, right? Thousands a week.
Yeah.
So he's saying, no, stop giving me the thousands a week.
Oh, yeah, no, he's making 6 figures. He's making 6 figures a year, he told me. Yeah, hi.
So stop giving me the thousands of dollars a week.
Because I don't like it.
Because I don't want, no, because I'm going to give that up, and I'm not going to spend $99.
To figure out
I'm giving away
what
thousands. Right, I'm giving away thousands, but I'm not going to give thousands and $99 away. So my suggestion would be for him to sit tight, keep collecting his thousands a week, do his work, and pay $99 of the thousands of dollars a week that you were about to just give up.
to figure out what it is that you do
$99 of
want.
that
Yeah.
to figure out what you do want.
Yeah.
That's the backwards, nature of people. He's in his own way. He's in his own way. And that's what most of us are these days. We're in our own way and we don't even know it. We got to get out our own way. You're about to give up thousands, and you don't want to give up thousands and $99. It makes no sense.
No, I'm just going to give up the thousands. But I'm like, I was like, dude, how did you even get to the executive level if that's really your mindset? Because you won't even invest $99 in yourself to figure out who you are. That was his big question. I don't know who I am. Well, you don't have an internal identity. You don't know who you are. You don't want to do the process to do the work. Like, I don't get it, man. I really don't. But that's,
it's unbelievable. But, I can't, no one listening can really judge him because that's where most of us are.
Yeah.
Most of us,
listen, man, I don't judge him because I was like that maybe when I was like 18 or 19, maybe even 20 or 21. But by the time, I hit 24 and I was like, this ain't working for me, just, trying to make it rub two nickels together and pay the bills and all, and what am I going to do this for the next 30 years and get a gold watch?
we don't want to spend $99 now. And no matter what that figure is, I'm just using that $99.
Yeah, I know, because that's what the seminar, the CEO of You seminar, you could download the audio for $99. I'm like, really, that's not overpriced. Most people would charge you like $699 for that thing or $700. Maybe that's why we didn't raise it up high enough. But
we don't want to We don't want to pay $99 now, and we don't want to pay $99 right before it's over, when we're at our wits' end, when we're ready to just drop everything and run.
Yeah.
So when do you start investing in yourself? When is the ideal time to start investing in yourself?
I don't know.
Now, which is the right answer, now, or when you're at your wits' end ready to just give it all up and run? The answer is obviously now. I know we're coming up on the end of the show. I don't know where the hour just flies by, but we have to do better as people.
Especially if you want to, and again, here's the long-term, what success and fulfillment is that you got to pursue activities that bring happiness, that you're passionate about, they bring you pleasure, that there's a tangible result, that you're achieving something, that there's significance, and that you pursued activities that make positive impact on the people who matter to you most. And then the legacy piece. You have to pursue activities so you could pass down your values and knowledge onto others, and you tie it all together. Dutch, I love how you tied it together. Happiness could be fleeting. Achievement can be fleeting. Significance can be fleeting. And what ties all those together is the legacy. And again, I have the 300-year plan, right? So I'm talking this is generational. It's just not just to my kids and my grandkids, but I'm talking about my great-grandkids and my great-great-grandkids. And that really does have lasting fulfillment, knowing that I'm building something for the fourth and fifth and sixth generation. We done, buddy?
Yes, sir.
We out of time?
That's it. Out of time.
All right. I'll see you next week, pal. Love you, bud.
Love you too.